Yeah, I'm on one. I'm on some edibles right now, and I just had to say this because I'm just sitting up here thinking for a second, right? And I wanted to say this is how gullible, how groupie-ish people are groupies. Listen to that. This is how much groupies the majority of you listening to me right now is. This is how starstruck you is. Me and Polight had a debate, and if I ask people what was the topic, people can't tell you. People can't tell you because they were starstruck, cultish, and groupie. Before me and Polight's debate, Polight even made the flyer and photoshopped my picture. Okay? To make me look worse and older and just real sloppy. Right? Then he shouted out to his Instagram, Twitter, and all of his followers that he was having a debate. That debate got about 82,000 views, I think, or something like that. Then Polight made a shout out to all of his followers on Instagram, and he got hundreds of thousands Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So all his peoples tuned in. It was in the chat during the debate. All his groupies. I didn't advertise like that. My people didn't come. I don't have that many followers, not even close. Okay? So while people are watching the debate and all his groupie friends and cultish friends, and most of you listening to me, they were all in the chat talking shit about me. It was like 1 against 100 in the chat when me and Polight debated. So most of the groupies and peanut gallery and fakes and unscientific people, while they're watching the debate, they're also watching the chat. So when they see 99 people talking shit about me and saying Polight's doing this, and then they see one person, they see 99, then they see 1, then they see 9, their mind is all thrown off. They thinking Polight really doing them because they reading this chat, not really listening and paying attention to the debate. They not listening to the presentation because it was only one presentation. It was supposed to be 6 presentations, but it was only 3, I'll tell you. So everybody's reading the chat, the live chat, and not really paying attention. They're there for the fun and games. They're there to kiki and goo goo gaga. They're not here to listen and try to learn because they've made their mind up already before the debate even took place. They picked a side before the debate even took place. Now, let me tell you what's happening. I did a debate review, which I think it probably maybe 1,200 people seen it. I did a debate review of the debate after. That's what you need to watch. I kept telling people, Polight never presented. It was 3 different times we were to present our case and share your screen and things like that. Polight never did it. I presented all 3 times on the topic, and the topic was iron and protein. Which is better, iron and protein plant-based diet or iron and protein meat diet? Just a regular diet versus vegan diet. Plant and iron, which is better? Which is better? That's what the debate was about. And the nutritional value of milk. So the debate topic was plant protein and iron versus meat protein and iron. That was the topic. It's very simple. He was for the vegan plant. I was for the meat. If anyone actually just goes and watch the debate, because that's on my channel, don't watch I have the same debate on Saneter's channel and my channel. And you just sit there and listen and watch the debate, you're going to sit there and say, I thought Polight won. You know what? This motherfucker didn't present. I presented my case 3 times the full time I had. And Polight never presented. He was shook from the first round. So, how can you have a debate with somebody and one person present his case and show and prove clearly that iron and protein in meat is better than iron and protein in plant-based foods? I clearly showed it. I clearly showed incomplete protein versus complete protein. The complete protein was meat and dairy. I showed incomplete iron and complete iron. And I put everything on the screen and showed all the facts and was clear. He was shook from the first round. He didn't present. All he could do was giggle, laugh, bite his shirt out of embarrassment, because the real ones know, and say I was Googling. That was his presentation. Chief X is Googling. He never presented. Go look at the debate. Chief X versus Polight debate review on my page, on my channel. And you're going to see, you know what? Polight never presented. How could somebody win when they never presented? And if you thought he won, you that nigga I was talking about. That groupie ass motherfucker. You that gullible motherfucker. Who big words make your motherfucking dick hard and you think that's somebody said something. You that motherfucker that was in the chat getting thrown off and caught up and never realized this motherfucker never presented. You the peanut gallery if you thought Polight won. That's who you is. On my mama, go back and look. If for you to think Polight won, you're that groupie who was biased. I straight murdered Polight in that debate. In fact, I was debating Saneter and Polight. It was 2-on-1, like always. You tell me how you didn't realize Polight never presented either of the 3 times. You were caught up. You silly son of a monkey. You were caught up. If you thought Polight beat me in that debate we did on protein and iron in milk, you're out of your rabbit ass mind in a groupie. You need to step back and take a look at yourself and say, you know what? Am I a motherfucking groupie? Am I cultish? I went back and looked at the debate and this motherfucker didn't present. How did I get thrown off to think Polight beat the great Chief X? I'm like, I had to watch. I said, what the fuck is these motherfuckers talking about? They had their mind made up for the debate started. They locked in on that. They locked in on that chat and all them 99 people to one person talking that shit. All his fans and groupies was in the chat. I'm the Lone Ranger. Ankh of the Amun-Ra squad told everybody and Saneter that I won that debate. He told me I won. He flip-flopped last month because he's pissed at me and acting like Polight won. I got the video what Ankh said I beat Polight. He don't even know And remember, he said that. And I'm not even going to mention the video it's on. 2 different times. But when you hear Uncle Saneter, he said, I got beat a month ago. That's just because he was pissed. I've been busting his ass. This is why I can't trust. I don't trust a lot of motherfuckers. Because one way they this way, and then the next day they that way. I'm on my course and always been on my course. I've always been about debunking bullshit. In 100, I go 100. I don't just go 90. I go 100. These are just 80% debunkers. I go 100. I leave no stones unturned. Oh, my whole motherfucking clique think this and I don't, and I could, I'm smashing my whole motherfucking clique. They just gonna have to be pissed. I go 100. In the end, I'm respected. In the end, I win. So if you thought Polight beat me, I'm undefeated. Only person ever gave me a good go-round is Jabari. And neither one of us won that debate because we was talking about spirituality, which is a subjective subject. It's not like you can prove something, you know. It's all subjective opinion, with a little wisdom in there involved. You know, you can define certain terms, but the spirituality debate is always just a good discussion, and we both did good. I think I did better, but even though I believe that, it's a no-win type of debate, no matter who's in that kind of debate, because it's a subjective topic. It's not like something you can prove. You can factually do this. You know what I mean? So that was just some fun banter back and forth between me and Jabari, but basically. But everybody knows I'm undefeated. What's his name? Let me tell you. Polight got spanked, and if you go back and watch, you'll say, you know what? Chief X beat the shit out of Polight and had Polight shook. And people say I went. Wait a minute. People say I snapped and lost it and went crazy and got mad. Yeah. People don't even ask why. The motherfucker called me a FAG. He called me a fag during the debate. And nobody said anything. They just said Chief X tripping. So I'm like, that's what I said. It's rigged. So another day didn't say nothing. And then I snapped on him. Snapping don't mean you lost a debate. He still didn't present. Shit. Fuck you talking about. I still presented the truth and showed and proved everything I claimed before the debate. And everyone knows I showed and proved without a shadow of a doubt. Not no maybes or if or I don't know. No, I showed and proved everything I meant and said before the debate. Just go back and look. You ain't got to watch the whole debate. Watch the one that I made called Chief X versus Polight Debate Review. No, wait a minute. I had in the title Chief X versus Saneter and Polight Debate Review. Because the host, Saneter, was biased. Because Polight's his boy. I go in the lion's den. So yeah. I've been hitting that iron. You see it. You see it. You see it. You see it. At 51, you see it. Motherfuckers been talking shit lately. I said, motherfucker one time told me I was out of shape. You know who told me I was out of shape? Any told me I was out of shape. That's the best thing any could have told me. Any Herod, Amasi, he said, you out of shape, Chief X. And told me I was a little dude or something. And for a few days I thought about this shit. Because I hadn't worked out in a year. I got flat. Man, I've been on that shit. Now, I made a comeback. Shit. I ain't had no broken knees and bones and elbows and arms like that. I'm like a 35-year-old, 50-year-old. Let me stop talking shit. But yeah. Let me get out of here. I got a phone call coming. My sweetie calling. I'm out.